paper cut. Hey, Scorpios, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing? Hopefully everybody is healthy and safe and fine. My name is Patty. I'm going to be doing your intuitive tarot for the week of the 26th through August 1st. You guys are at the end of the week. We are at the end of the month. We are still in the final stages of that full moon leaving. We've got the full moon on the 23rd, so 25th, 26th, 27th, probably the 27th, those energies are going to be going away. So there is going to be, if you're watching this before the 23rd, there is going to be a full moon reading. There's also a little poll on if you know what kind of moon it is. If you go to the thumbnail, there's a hint to show you what kind of moon it is. And no, I'm not talking about the moon in Aquarius, but it is the moon in Aquarius, and it's really important because next month is Aquarius as well. So there's going to be some energies that are going to mess around with you. So if you can come on the 23rd for that live, it's at 10 a.m. or it will be recorded for when you have time, because not everybody is available at that time of the day. So I will have it recorded for you. All right, so let's get started. I want to make sure everything is working good because it seems like the volume is hitting a little low. So hopefully everybody can hear me fine. All right. So I've got a new deck, guys. I'm so excited because it has such good energy. So I haven't learned the full decks. Probably will learn it a little bit more this week and next week. But I am going to pull the Divine's card with it because it has such good energies. So I want to see what the Divine's card is with this. So for those of you like saying, what is she talking about? So I pulled 3 oracles. One is for the current energies, future energies, and one is Divine's card. So if you have a question to Divine, or if you have something that's on the fence, you're struggling, or you're having a challenge, hopefully this message is for you because this is his message card to you, not to me. He's the one that picks it. So hopefully this is something that will resonate with you. Now, this is a general reading, and so not everything will resonate, but as you see, it's divine driven, divine guided. I do have a lot of energies that come through, meaning possible ancestors, spirits, angels, whoever. So if you miss one thing, it's okay because other energies come up and it may be what you need to hear. So let's get started here. They're still definitely new. Okay, exposed and revealed. All right. And then I'm going to pick a couple oracles from another deck here for the current energies and the future energies. Because I am learning this deck, I like to get the energies off of each card. And this one here is really a powerful, powerful energy. So it is also the number 3, something that we do have to acknowledge this coming week. Something really to pay attention to. I love the artistry of these cards. Oh my gosh. She's one of my favorites, as you can tell by the oracles and the tarot decks that I have here. So this oracle is called the Oracle of the 7 Energies, which is chakra energies. So this is just beautiful. So this is the exposed and revealed card. If you see inside the eye, there is a person scrunched down in there. Who's hiding? Who's hiding? So let's see what she has. But it's the number 3 in numerology. She says 21 for her cards, but it is the number 3 for numerology. So let's see what she says about her card. Okay, so this is when you experience shame, you don't just feel you've done something wrong. You feel like you are wrong, fundamentally flawed. Know that life loves you and that the universe does not make junk. Nope, it doesn't. And however, many social interactions, especially online, are steeped in distorted, unhealthy ways of expressing pain and shaming. Here's the way out of this. See shame as a heart-wrenching cry for help, and that it is. Consider whether you could have been triggered in an outer world or unresolved issues that matched all your inner pains and points. If someone is shaming you, perhaps you have triggered them. How miserable they must be to expend their energy in such a toxic way. they are drinking poison, hoping you will get sick. So in all reality, shame is huge. If even in abuse and things like that, people who point the finger in shame and put blame on you, it really are the ones that actually are hurting and do have pain. And that definitely is it. So it's going to be exposed and shown to you that to you yourself, or maybe somebody that you're helping or in with as far as friends, that the shame actually is a broken part of somebody else. So as a victim of sexual abuse, I had a lot of shame because I thought it was me, but in all reality, it was the other person that was broken and had a lot of healing to do. So when we look at shame, we have to look at why we feel shamed. It's actually usually reversed. Who's got the brokenness? Our current energy is to find joy, seek joy, be joy, and receive joy. What do you call that? Exude joy, and joy will come to you. So this is the number 10. So sometimes when we do put these two cards together, when we see something else differently and not in the lower vibration, lower energies, like blaming ourselves for something that we're not even shouldn't be shameful about, then we seek the joy and those kind of things. And things are revealed. The truth is real. Absolute truth is real. Not human truth is revealed. And then we have the serpent, which is the future energy. And that's a number 5 because it's about healing. Okay, so this week is a lot about healing, especially with the ending of these full moon energies. But if you look at the serpent, it's about human knowledge, but it is also about shedding your old self, and that's the healing. So if you look at a serpent or a snake or whatever you want to call it, as it grows and it grows bigger, it has to shed, I've got hair everywhere, excuse me. It has to shed its old skin. It has to get rid of the old because it doesn't fit anymore. It doesn't serve its purpose anymore. It has to go away. So it will slither and rub itself on rocks and all kinds of things to make that skin come loose so that it can slither out and go on. It doesn't take that with it because it has no purpose anymore. And the thing is that it doesn't want to carry it with it because it doesn't have any purpose. So it just keeps moving on. So it leaves it behind. The problem is a lot of human beings don't leave their stuff behind. And then they don't see the joy in life. Seek the joy. Definitely seek the joy. All right. So let's see what your reading is going to bring you guys this week. Now, I'm going to keep this first card. The reason why is because I have not shuffled these enough. And the thing is, it was almost the same as the last reading I did. So that I think was just me. The first card definitely did fall. So we're going to see what happens with this. So somebody is thinking a lot about something that maybe they're shameful of, or maybe they feel guilty about. When we feel guilty, we have to really seek down why. Why are we feeling guilty? What is it that we're feeling guilty about? So I think somebody is feeling guilty that they did something and it brought them a lot of joy, but it's really had a responsibility and accountability to it, maybe. I don't think this is you. I think this is a person coming to you that has doing that because it's exposed and revealed. All right. I don't know who this is for, and it might be a person of the past because remember, the serpent has an old skin that it leaves. It's about healing. So this might be a person from your past or current past. This is the number 5. So it's not a stable situation. Definitely not a stable situation. All right. All right. So we do have somebody looking at more of the negative stuff rather than the positive. Again, we have the number 5. Okay. And we really have to remind ourselves that the exposed and revealed is the number 3. We have to acknowledge that things are a little bit shaky. Things are going to be revealed and exposed. And it's actually got something to do with a celebration and love, because there's an offering here. So I don't know who this is for or what this is for, but this was probably something that you do. But the first card out is a 5. So that basically tells me that there's something a little bit shaky. It's not stable. Things are not comfortable, sort of like in your own skin, creating more anxiety. Definitely creating more anxiety. We have the number 3 and acknowledging the joy. Look at this. Woo-hoo, this is huge, guys. Acknowledging joy. So two number 3s, and then we have joy as well as your current energy. The 3 of Cups is all about celebration, maybe getting family or friends together, celebrating something. It looks like there's a harvest of some kind, that maybe some abundance came in before the full moon. That should have happened, definitely. If not, it will. You've got 2 huge new things coming in. This is the Ace of Cups and Ace of Swords. So there's an offering, definitely, of bringing a peace offering or bringing something to offer, definitely more positive, more love, more joy. However, there is the swords. Okay. The Ace of Swords. I'm going to get clarification to why the Ace of Swords is here, because Ace of Swords is all about truth. However, it's in the center, so I have a feeling it has to do with something of who's being exposed and who's being shamed. I love this card. Look at how the person's all bent over in there. I love this. It's almost like the card's crying, but it's not. It's beautiful. Then we have the Fool and the, what a contradictory kind of a thing. So we have the Fool and the Emperor. When we have the Fool and the Emperor, we've got the opposites. The Fool is all about, being carefree, doing what he wants, being, enlightened. Let's try something new. Let's, go where we want to go. Very free spirited, where the Emperor is about structure. He's about authority. He is about making sure, that things are in order, but it has a lot to do with old wisdom. So I would say that in this case, maybe this person plays a little too much and needs to begin to think of their future a little bit more. They're too carefree. It's like, whatever it is, today's today, tomorrow's gone, but they're not saving anything for tomorrow. So if an emergency happened, that's not very wise. Okay. Or if something happened, they don't have the finances to back it up, or maybe their credit isn't as good or something like that. So they're playing around too much and then not thinking in wise terms for the future. This is a person this is the challenge card that looks at the past too much. And this is why it's like, we have today, we'll never have tomorrow. We don't know if we'll have tomorrow. So why shouldn't I just keep doing what I want to do? I'll tell you from experience, it's going to come back to bite you in the butt. Because when an emergency happens and you don't have anything, then you've got to go ask, and then it begins to affect other people, and there's a big ripple effect. So it's time to get some of those finances in order. All right. So yeah, and this is a younger person. It's like they overspend, or they don't even think about, if they want to take a trip, they don't, well, it's gonna cost me this for the air, the hotel, whatever. I don't care, whatever's left over. And then they get there and they're short on money or whatever. They don't think about, really the whole picture. They think about just more what's now and what do I need now. So they don't think, okay, if I go, and travel, and it's like, okay, I get to the destination and I'm good, not a problem. Now I want to go home. It's like, oh, by the way, do you have $300 for a COVID test? Because you have to have a COVID test to go back to the United States, or even go back to your own state, flying. It just depends. Hawaii to the mainland, that happens. So a lot of people don't realize it could cost you $150 to $500 for a COVID test to come back. So this is like, this person doesn't even think about these things that are coming up. And then there's a phone call. Hey, can I borrow $300? I'm stuck. This is that kind of a person. So we have the Magician. Okay. See, there is an illusion. Remember, there's something, illusion, something to be exposed, exposed and revealed. Now remember, the card was talking about shame. Okay, so we don't know what that is unless it's your journey. You will know what it is. But this shame should not be you. It's the other person. So that's the whole thing. When people try to shame you, it's the other person who has the issue. All right. So something may manifest here with the Magician. Again, we're talking about exposing and manifesting. Now with the full moon coming, and now they're on the waning side of the moon. So that means we're going to release some things. So somebody's going to expose and reveal, release some information to get rid of the old. Remember, we're talking about the old serpent, that it needs to keep moving forward. This is your future energy. This is Divine's message to you. This is basically moving forward. You have to take the old skin and move it. Okay, that snake slithers out of the old skin, and that's the healing process. You leave that skin behind. You leave the stuff behind. That's the waning moon releasing. Okay, and then you keep moving forward, and with a new luggage. So you leave the old luggage behind. You take the new luggage. You need a new luggage set, don't you? Okay. So that's like the snake. The snake goes and he keeps going until he grows again, and he leaves that old skin behind again, and then that old skin behind again until, I don't know, they're a python and they're 10 feet long. But this is something that is healing. This is healing. When you can release that, that waning moon, when you can release what is no longer has purpose, no longer is needed, no longer keeps you bound to like toxic people, toxic ways, toxic thinking, because this person who tries to shame someone, okay, it says it's exposed to freedom, but the person who is trying to shame, so if they're trying to shame you, or if maybe a friend is trying to be shamed, you have to look at the person who's doing the shaming and figure out where they're so broken that they would have to do that. It's not your job to figure them out. However, you can just say, oh, okay, this isn't me, this is them. Sort of like when people, like if you're dating somebody and then they, sorry, my somebody texted, I should have turned my phone off. If, for example, if somebody is dating you and they leave you, and you think to yourself, well, what did I do wrong? How did I do it? What did I do? That kind of a thing. And it really had nothing to do with you. It had to do with them. 99% of the time, it's the other person, because maybe it just didn't work out. Maybe they really had good intentions to want to be with you in the very beginning, and you really, really were both excited, and, you both were, what do you call that? Connection, you had a connection, but then all of a sudden, it gradually started dropping off after you got to know each other. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, something's missing, something's not right, or, it's like they're not the one, and they figured it out before you did, and deep in your heart something, but, it just ends. So a lot of the times it sort of is that way. It just ends, okay? And then you leave that behind and you keep moving forward. All right. So let's see what else, Divine. Oh, I want to get clarification on this sword, the Ace of Swords in the center of your reading. So we have the Ace of Swords and we have the Ace of Cups. And so I would like to know why the Ace of Swords is here, because it's dead center. And the Ace of Swords is a lot about truth, a lot about integrity, character. That might be coming towards you. Somebody might be coming towards you because maybe they screwed up in the past, and now they're trying to right their wrongs. And when they right their wrongs, it's trying to bring their integrity up, their character up, their morals up. Okay, that definitely, and walk in absolute truth. And the reason why I might say that is because I've done that. When I was the person living worldly, I'm never going back there again, but I did some people wrong. So I went back and I corrected it. And as scared as I was and as terrified as I was to face them, because I know I wronged them. I know I had to, tell them, hey, this is where I messed up. But you know what? It was the most releasing energy. I felt so good. And the great thing and the blessing was that they even embraced me more because I stood up and was accountable for what I did. All right. So this might be for somebody to show better integrity, to show that, hey, yeah, I did mess up. I am trying to be a new person. I am trying to be somebody that, is more of the honest, more high integrity and morals and stuff, because you have the Emperor next. That's about wisdom. That's definitely about wisdom. All right. So again, we're trying to get clarification on that just to make sure. A lot of swords. A lot of swords. So something must have completed to an end. Something must have came to an end, or somebody definitely might have left. So we have the 10 of Swords in the center. I can't. There, let's do it that way. 10 of Swords in the center. Then we have the 6 of Swords next to it. And that means that something could have ended really quickly and somebody could have left. This could have been a person that you've been knowing for many, many years. This is a person that maybe, this is a person that you just might have known. It's either for a lot of years or just, you got to really know. Maybe it can happen really quick. If somebody really talks to somebody day in and day out and you're talking for hours and hours, you can get to know somebody really quick. And this could have been something that you felt like you knew them for a long time. However, I think it ended, and that's where somebody got hurt, or something was exposed and revealed that needed to be revealed, because again, it's about truth. It's about integrity. It's about morals. So I don't know who that's for, because there was definitely an illusion. There was definitely something that wasn't seen coming. It's all of a sudden, it's like showed itself. Sort of like an ex popping up, and it's like, oh yeah, no, I don't have any feelings for her. But then you see them together and they're smooching and kissing. It's like, okay, whatever. I hate cheating. Anyway, and I hate lying. I really do. I hate liars. So this is definitely somebody there. And then this has actually been really sort of shaky for you, so for somebody. And that's why there's a healing card there for the future. So this is a week for somebody to actually get through a process of healing from something that was exposed, revealed, and maybe they made it look like you were the wrong person, you were the bad person, or you were the one that caused it, or you were the one that made it happen. You need to stop that, because anytime, and you need to reverse that, because we'll tell you from a communication coach, whenever anybody uses the word you first in any conversation, you better put your ears up, because it means open, because that is very destructive and that is very blaming, to take the responsibility off of them. So that's why you always start a really healthy conversation with I needed this, but I didn't get it from you. I needed, or I wanted, or I saw you, or I heard you, that kind of a thing. Because sometimes we can see and hear and we can misunderstand. So if you start out with it's less blaming. But whenever somebody starts out, it's a very destructive way of communication. All right. So I'm going to do some love and relationships, and I would like to take a poll, you guys. I'm doing this for a couple of weeks, and at the end of 2 weeks, I'm going to take the consensus. So if you would like to have love and relationships at the end of the readings, because sometimes there's not love in the readings. Divine sometimes says no, focus in on your joy. That's what's going on this week. Focus in on your joy, focus in on your healing, and who's trying to blame you for something that really you didn't do, right? So would you like to have and have me keep doing the love and relationships at the end, or would you like me to just not do them? So I would love your comments, and the top comments of yes, keep them, no, don't keep them. Then I will take that at the end of 2 weeks, that poll, and I will go with what that says. All right. So hopefully a bunch of people will comment on that poll, because I'm doing it with every sign for 2 weeks, and we'll see. All right. Oh, I got 2 cards here. I have hair falling everywhere. I've been doing leather work, as you can tell, today, so I forgot to change my shirt. No t-shirts today, guys. All right. So we have the Ice Queen. Ooh. Ideas preserved. And then we have entitlement. It's also the number 10. Ideas preserved. Entitlement. The Ice Queen. Somebody's cold. A little bit more cold-hearted. Feeling that they are owed something, you know, in a relationship. Nobody owes you anything. Doesn't matter how much you invest and what you put in. Nobody owes you anything. You have a choice that we can do that in a relationship or not. So, and love is a choice. So nobody owes that to you. We owe it to ourselves to love ourselves first. We also have the map maker of destiny, which is authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. What are we talking about? Free will. And the number 6, harmony and improvement. Okay, so the free will is free will is choices and decisions. Now, there was a video that I have on there. I don't know if I kept the link down there before, called Choices and Decisions. It is free will of how we decide to go. So you either move earthly and human and world bound, or you move spiritually and you move in love and peace and kindness and compassion in the second dimension, where you can't see and touch and feel energies. Okay, that's mostly feelings and emotions and things like that. So the authentic purpose and free will and entitlement, it would say that this person really is more worldly. If they're in a relationship, this is the love cards here. So definitely, you know, maybe they started out on the right foot, but then they started feeling like, well, I'm not getting what I need, and I deserve it, because they're listening to a lot of people, friends around them. Well, you deserve that. You should demand that. You should do that. You deserve what you get. What you put out is what you get back. So if you're not understanding your partner or your mate, and you're not getting their perspective and filling them with what they need to feel loved, and they're not doing it, then you wouldn't be able to get anything back. Okay, it's just part of it. You're not improving it, because when you feel entitled, that's low vibrational. That's all I can say. Not a good place to be. Not a good place to be. All right. Don't let your past hold you back. Okay, this is your free will again. We were talking about this with the serpent. Don't let the past hold you back in your relationship. Move forward. Keep moving. If something didn't turn out the way that you want, that's your past now, so you just keep moving. Because divine will either bring it back to you if it is for you, or he will let it go because he has something better for you. So don't let your past hold you back. And yeah, this is where your past will be sort of stuck. This is your first card out. You're thinking too much on the low vibrational side, the lower side. It's like, oh, well, you know, it didn't happen again. Man, how many times am I going to have to do this? How many times am I going to have to date? Oh my gosh, is this going to keep happening? Why does this keep happening? And why do I keep doing the same thing? Or why do they keep coming to me and the same thing keeps coming to me? You know, that's these old past talks that you're doing that need to be released, that need that snake skin. Take that old luggage and let that old snake skin luggage take that. You need a new suitcase, which is a new mindset. Okay, new mindset, because you're gonna struggle with this relationship, whoever this is. You're going to struggle with the relationship. You know, your free will. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Free will, a lot of people don't know this. So they say, well, I fell in love, but then I fell out of love. Love is a choice. You have a choice. You can choose to love somebody or not. You don't fall out. You choose not to love somebody. So this is definitely free will, free choice, and it's all a choice. So it's a choice to work hard at love. It's a choice to keep moving forward with love. It's a choice to communicate what you need and what they need in love. It's a choice. You chose not to do it. You can't say, I just fell out, or we just don't get along anymore. No, it was a choice to stop caring enough to keep trying and keep that love going. Not going to go on that. I'm in a really weird place. This full moon has got me. I think this is the only reading I'm going to do today, because it's not a low vibrational, but it is wanting to come out with the facts. It's like, you know what? This is exposed. This is something that is exposed and revealed. And it's definitely a very hard one about shame, because there is so many people out there being shamed when it's not even their fault. It's like, it's really hard for me from criminal justice, from all my studies. One of the things that I used to watch, because we did a lot of things in criminal justice, is I would look up the Texas death row and the people that were on death row, and some of them innocent, that were and executions that happened, especially a little 14-year-old boy way back was executed and he was innocent. These kind of things, that really get at me, because, well, one, my brother was murdered and the guy was never caught, but we sort of know who it is. However, exposed and revealed will come at the right time. It will come at the right time. In the meantime, though, we really have to look at ourselves and ask, why are we feeling guilty? Why are we feeling shamed? In all reality, it is not us. We have to be looking again at that other person. What happened to them that they got so broken that they got to blame everybody else and not be responsible and take accountability for their own decisions and choices? Really, really huge. Every single person on this earth is broken to a point. We all need healing of some type. We all want joy, and we all want love. Okay, simple as that. But once we stop pointing fingers and realizing that we all have a part in our own, rather than shaming others or pointing fingers at others, we have to look at our own. This is a mirror. What is it that you need exposed and revealed? And then also to what is it that you need to go and right a wrong to bring more love and more compassion towards you, manifest it towards you. And that's why I guess in this reading is that I shared the story that when I went and righted my wrongs, literally, thousands of dollars I gave back because I was wrong back then. I took the money in good faith, and then I didn't pay him back. I went back and righted all my wrongs. And the thing is, it is really healing. It is really helpful. And it really brings joy. Really brings joy. I can answer one question, Hannah, if you like. You bet. Definitely. So really think about, this week. It is about healing and transformation this week, but it is also, this full moon is going to play. So if you're watching this before the 23rd, this full moon is really going to play a little hardball. So really pay attention to that. All right. Definitely. All right. So that is your reading. And Hannah, if you're still there, if you have a question, you can ask that right now. Otherwise, don't forget to tell me if you would like these love readings still in here. Comment, say yes, keep the love readings, no, take the love readings out, that kind of a thing. And at the end of 2 weeks, I will do that. And then let's see, 23rd, if you're watching this before the 23rd, don't forget I am doing a full moon reading on the 23rd at 10 a.m. So if you're around and available, please pop in. The way to know is just subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll know that I am on. All right. And plus, if you subscribe or hit like, it really helps the channel as well. Well, you know what's coming in of the full moon. There is a lot of different energies coming for this full moon. This is going to be sort of a hard full moon for some signs, and I'm going to go in that on the 23rd. So I don't know if you're available, but I'll record that and make sure that you watch that for the full moon because I like to do those energies right on the full moon, because there's not only that, but there's other planets that come into play, not only between the sun and Jupiter. We're also still in a retrograde for 2 planets, so it will make a big difference. All right. And on Samir, you know, I think there's an energy there. There's a connection there between you. I think it sounds like it might be fairly new. So definitely what I'm hearing is the word you need to be patient. I'm hearing the word be patient, and also let him come towards you, not you go towards him. Don't start up the conversations to him. Let him come to you. You want to be able to do that because there's a lot to that, but divine is saying make sure, and you will also know if he's the right one for you, because if he just sort of drops off, he's not the right one. But if he has been talking to you, let him keep coming to you, and just make sure that you stay. If you're fairly new to dating, just make sure that you get to know each other. Nothing before 3 months, because you really need to get to know each other, really need to go each other. Okay. All right. So you guys, you have a great, great week, and we will see you on the 23rd for the full moon, or we will see you on the 26th for your next reading. Take care. Thank you so much, Hannah. I only let one question because other people will start bombarding me as well. So, but we'll see you on the next, and you can ask me again. All right. And please do have a wonderful, wonderful week. Definitely just take care of yourself. Be mindful of yourself. Do some healing. Remember the serpent. Get rid of the stuff that it no longer serves purpose. This is the week to get rid of stuff that it no longer serves purpose, so that you can buy some new luggage and go on a new journey. All right. All right. Yes, you're very welcome, Hannah. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Take care.